What's up, guys? It's officially here. If you don't know, well, now you know. Welcome back to another video. So, you all, as I promised, or maybe I didn't, but I did mention several times that I was going to do a sit down video and just kind of catch you guys up. I'm going to try not to make that extremely long, but we're going to start from the very top. But before I do that, let me just introduce myself for those of you who are new subscribers. I am Kiera. I am a college graduate as well as I've gotten my master's. So I am done with the whole schooling, but every day is always a learning experience, however. So I recently just had a birthday. I am the 2 to the 5, which is a huge milestone on September 1st. That was favorite color is red, but I actually like purple. But people that actually see me, they probably would think that purple is actually my favorite color because literally my room is purple. Like the little accessories I have is purple. Purple. But it's just like I feel like purple is easier to, it's like a decorative type of color. It's just like when you see red, it's just like, okay, it needs to be like a pop of it, but don't overdo it. But anyway, what else? I'm the youngest of two. I have one niece, two nephews, friends, significant other. What else? That I think that kind of sums me up. I'm just, yeah. What you see is what you get. Now, let's hit a rewind button. Last year in December, I decided that after like the last video that I posted, I wanted to take um it is so warm in here, y'all. I just came from church. So if you've seen this in the other video, then that's it's correlating there. But anyway, um last year December, the last video that I posted was for New Year's or New Year's Eve or something. I think it was Christmas, then it was another video. Or was it Christmas? I don't know. Whatever my last video was, I decided after that I wanted to take a break. And I've done a break before from YouTube, but never this long. Like it'll be like maybe a couple of months at the most, but almost a year. I've never went that long without posting anything on YouTube. Um And that being was, I wanted to just, reset, figure out, okay, what's the next step? What's the next phase? I had just recently gotten my master's, so trying to look for a job, that whole ordeal. So I was just trying to really just kind of get in tune with myself, with the real world, because I've always had school and I already knew what I was always doing that following year or the next semester. But being that that was going to be my last semester of school and I'm like no longer going to be moving back up to Clarksville and then just for the summers I'm here in Memphis, or it was no more of that. So it was just like I had to kind of get into the groove of things and just find a routine, which I found a job, you know. But that first couple of months or even weeks, it's just very extremely like intense and very crucial because it's like, okay, that question is, okay, what now? What next? What am I doing? What's coming up? What can I do? What can I do with my skills? What can I offer? Like, what you word, but it's just like when you're doing what you think that you're doing and it's just not working out. But thanks to God, everything had and will and is still working out. So I'm very thankful for that. So um that was the point of just kind of just chilling off of YouTube for a little bit. I wasn't gonna give up YouTube completely, but I just definitely wanted to just kind of just take a break, reset, see what I need to do, get myself situated, get myself acclimated with my new life. And yeah, post school, post grad, post everything, So yeah, that was that. It was really no other reason besides me trying to just kind of redefine who I am and trying to get into the my new world and new life without school and getting into that new chapter. So that's pretty much all it was. Um Now, so literally I started my job literally like what, 2 almost 3 months out of being out of school. And I know some people they get a job instantly, some other people it takes a little longer. Sometimes it just depends on what your craft is as well, what your major was, and what's who's offering a job or who's hiring for the thing that you're into. So it just kind of all depends on that. Um, so yeah, um, and the job that I have, y'all, I couldn't ask for nothing better, honestly. Like this job was definitely meant and lined up for me because it's just the way it kind of lined up, and I just wasn't expecting, I was doing what I needed to do to look for a job, obviously, you know what I mean? But I just thank God for where I am and where I ended up because that is exactly what I needed. And it's probably like the best job, career based thing that I could ever ask for, being that I just graduated out of school. And you know how that can be, sometimes it can be a culture shock and things like that. Like, oh, I got this degree. But sometimes in the real world, that don't mean nothing compared to other things. So the fact that I was able to get what I was able to get was a blessing. And then fast forward a little bit, because I was just pretty much, getting settled in to the new job. Now I'm like, okay, traveling is something that I always wanted to do, have fun. I'm like, okay, this is the time to do it because the years are going up, their show ain't going backwards. So this past summer has been a great summer for myself. I was able, as you guys can see in the other videos that I posted, I was able to go to, well, Nashville is basically like a second home at this point because my friend lives there. So it's like, you know, but I still count that as a trip because it's counted as a trip as long as I'm not at home or in the city. So anything counts as a trip if you're outside of those parameters. So yeah. So as y'all seen, I went there and I did the Nashville Adventure Park, and that was fun at the end of the day, but it was very exhausting. It drains you, takes a lot of take a lot of energy out of you because of all the different obstacle course you had to go through to get to the end, to get to the bottom. So yeah, that was that. That was really, really fun. Then I went to Orange Beach, had a beach day, just a whole scenery, and in the area that we were in, y'all, it gave money, it gave rich, it gave, yeah, it gave normalcy to them, but to us it's like, oh, trying to keep up with Joneses type thing, but nah. But that was fun. Um, and then it came to my birthday, Dallas. Yep, yep. That was a blast. I really enjoyed myself. I think this is like one of the best birthdays I feel like as an adult that I had the most fun because for the very first time I went out of town for my birthday. Um, I did certain things for the very first time, whatever that might have been. So yeah, this was like my best birthday thus far as being a young adult. So I'm proud of that. I'm glad I was able to do that. Um and then yeah, and now we're here. That kind of sums up everything, you all. But if you do have any other questions for me, leave it in the comments down below, or yeah, this is probably the best place to put it so then I'll be able to see it. But if you have my other social medias and you want to ask me a question and I can just answer that in other vlogs, or if it's enough questions and I can do a whole little Q&A or whatever. But this is just a sit down with you all. Or is it supposed to be a Q&A, but sometimes the participation is like pulling teeth sometimes, but that's okay. But because it will get better. It's gonna grow and grow and grow and grow. But what was I saying? Yeah, so that sums up pretty much from the top of the year to now. Now, it's something new that me and my family are doing, and that is we have started a business called Chosen Creations. I'm gonna put that across the screen. Chosen Creations. So, Chosen Creations is something that we have come up with and just wanting to help the community with helping their event pops helping their event pop out, um, with us decorating them. I specializing I specialize in doing like the balloons and things like that, like columns, arcs, centerpieces, and different things like that. And then my sister, she does like the wreaths, like for funeral, like the funeral sprays, those type of vases, centerpieces. So we're just tapping into everything. And we do those events for, like, of course, the funerals, those funeral arrangements. We do the birthday parties, gender reveals, baby shower, everything that you can imagine, we do. And speaking of, I am gonna put the business attachment also down below as well, so that you guys can know, and keep up to date with our business. If you're in the Memphis area, Arlington, Collierville, Germantown, if you are in the surrounding areas and you're needing someone to decorate for your event, we are the people to contact. So yeah, that's really what I've been doing, you all. I've been on live every single day since the end of September. And what I do on there sometimes, either I do a live in the morning when I'm at work, or if I do have something to do with the balloons, I do that in the evening time. So I just split my time in between the two. So if I'm not on here, you'll find me on TikTok. If I'm not on there, then I'll be here. So there's always a chance of catching a glimpse of me. If you're wanting to see it's officially here that day, then stay tuned and stay locked in. So yeah, y'all, that's kind of pretty much it, you all. I'm kind of straightforward, straight to the point. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. Anything in between is exactly what I said and how I said it. And yeah, so if you guys have any other questions or wanting to know personally about our business as far as Chosen Creations is concerned, you can follow our all platforms at Chosen Creations on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Um, and then you can also follow my personal social medias. It's officially here on all social media platforms such as um Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And then Facebook, it'll just be here, I believe. But it'll pop up. It all translate. It all correlates together. So yeah. So yeah, I'm not gonna hold you guys too much because I didn't want my video of me talking for so long to be so long. So we're just about at the 15-minute nose. So yeah, so make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family, and I'll see you in the next video.